Welcome to the first video in the series about the world building of the Digimon series. In this first chapter, I'm going to explain the world of Digimon as it was during the first series of digital monster toys. That includes the numbered versions from 1 to 5 and also the game versions S and WS for the Sega Saturn and WonderSwan. The large majority of materials featured here aren't from either games or toys, but from books and magazines. If you want to learn more about my sources, you can read my website to see my research. The focus of this video is to make a summary of all the information about the world of Digimon during the first 2 years of the franchise. In the future, I plan to continue the series with episodes about other VPETs like the Digimon Pendulum, games like the Digimon World series, and animation like the Digimon Adventure series. In the near future, humans start to use computers to archive, manipulate, and share information. The computers are connected to an ever-expanding network, and thanks to that, everyone in every country is able to connect instantaneously. The network itself can be understood as a sea of information, zeros and ones, a cybernetic ocean, where an enormous amount of information gathers and diverges. It is called the network ocean, or just the net ocean. When computers first started to spread, users had to face computer viruses created by hackers. And in specific, there was a mysterious virus that started to spread. It was as if they were alive. The users would attempt to erase them, but after some time they would return. It seemed those viruses were resistant to erasure. Users started to notice that the programs would act differently after being fed certain programs. They were learning how to promote certain changes. The viruses start to be called digital monsters, or Digimon for short. It is a new kind of life form, born from the fusion of the mysterious computer virus with data and bugs. Hackers and research organizations start to pay attention to the potential of the monsters, and so they start to develop technology that would allow them to create specific Digimon. Digimon, also known as digital monsters or just monsters, are mysterious life forms that live inside computers and other digital gadgets. Not only do they seem to have a will of their own, but they also have the ability to absorb data and change their forms in a process called evolution. They even seem to change their personalities to fit the environment they are in. It is even said that a Digimon might be able to absorb the personality of the owner, so the number of possibilities of a Digimon evolving is as large as the number of Tamers. There is a certain Digimon called Zurumon who seems to have a unique origin. Zurumon is said to have been born from a computer virus that merged with the souls and negative emotions of hackers who caused the chaos in computers. The true nature of Digimon is still a mystery. The most basic of Digimon are the Poyomon. They are seen as the origin of Digimon, and every other Digimon is said to have evolved from it. There are 3 ways to classify the Digimon, by their level, the type, and the attribute. The level classification, also called generation or stage classification, is related to Digimon evolution. There are 5 different levels. The generations are called baby stage, child stage, adult stage, and perfect body. The type classification is related to the form given to the Digimon and what they are related to. For example, there are flame types, dragon types, and cyborg types. Some Digimon have unique classifications, but they might also be put into a larger classification that puts them in the same type as another Digimon. For example, Meramon is a flame type Digimon, and Devilmon is a fallen angel type, but both are considered human types. In the same way, Aedramon is classified as a mythical beast, while Sidramon is an aquatic type. However, both are classified as dragon types. This classification showcases how certain Digimon of certain types are stronger against other Digimon of different types. For example, human types are stronger against dragon types, and dragon types are stronger against dinosaur types, and the dinosaurs are stronger against the humans. However, with so many unique types, there are various different tables for different organizations of Digimon. There is still a very new classification, but Digimon are given attributes according to how they act in the world. There are 3 different attributes. Vaccines are Digimon with a spirit that is both strong and kind. The various Digimon will twist other monsters with their powers. They love to be evil and cause chaos in the world. Finally, the Data Digimon are in between, and can't decide if they are good or bad. They care more about themselves than how they fit with the others. This is a very simplified classification, and its organization and meaning is still being studied. However, Digimon seem to be able to change their attributes according to their influence in their programming. At first, Nanomon was a vaccine Digimon, but after fighting a virus Digimon that destroyed its thinking circuit, it became a virus Digimon as well. It is important to take note that Digimon are not physical beings, they are like computer programs. When you look at a Digimon, what you are seeing is actually a translated simplification. For example, although Digimon are often depicted with certain sizes and even put into a height-size comparison, they do not have an actual height. Since what you are seeing is just a representation, any Digimon is able to change its size and even change its form to whatever they want. The most that might limit them is the processing ability of the computer used to observe them. Another difference is that since their bodies are programs, when they are hurt, what is damaged is the data composition that makes up their bodies. It can't be repaired by conventional means, and instead, specific software that can restore data to its original state is used. Every other thing that we see a Digimon interact with is also not what it seems to look like. When you give meat to a Digimon, you are giving a generic software program that increases their data amount. And when they poop, that is actually unnecessary data that might corrupt the body of a Digimon and needs to be removed. For a Digimon, their poop might be as hard as steel. Those concepts are very similar to common biological concepts, and for that reason, they are given the simplified forms that they have. Of course, the more simple the system is, the more simplified they are going to be. Digimon grow old fast. If put into human terms, they grow the equivalent of 1 year in a single day. It is so fast that some early researchers just thought that Digimon went out of existence without any noticing. If a Digimon grows past the adult level and is taken good care of, it might leave an egg right before it dies. Just by looking at the screen might give you the impression that the Digimon died and returned to being an egg. But what happened is that the Digimon gave birth right before dying. Although classifications and information seem simple at first, there are many Digimon that break the established conventions. For example, a Digimon level is often tied to the evolution. If a Digimon evolves, it is assumed it went to a higher level. However, that isn't always the case. If Poyomon is really the origin of all Digimon, it is needed to expect that Poyomon can evolve into other baby-level Digimon. Mamemon is a perfect level, but is able to become Metal Mamemon. They might seem different cases, but so is Greymon becoming Metal Greymon, and it uses the same process as Mamemon becoming Metal Mamemon. There is also Agumon and Gabumon. They are originally the same species and the same level, but given Garurumon data, Gabumon becomes a beast type, but that doesn't change its level. Digimon are very complex entities, even due to all the simplifications that humans give to them. As Digimon research continues, more elements unknown so far might be revealed, and they might cause the current classification to change completely. Many systems were developed for Digimon research. They were originally used in computers, but as technology advances, it has become possible to create compressed versions of the technology and use them on unique portable devices, or install them on game consoles, like the Sega Saturn and the WonderSwan. Digimon have an incredible potential for evolution. All they need to do is eat data and they will adapt to what they have eaten. But in that case, cultivating Digimon open on the network where all kinds of data are gathered would only give random results. Knowing that, it was decided to use isolated spaces in the network. In such controlled environments, the evolutionary potential of Digimon would be limited, allowing for more precise research. In order to test the potential of evolution, different versions had different environments. This gave rise to unique evolutions that would defy common sense. For example, naturally it's thought that Metal Mamemon is the evolution of Mamemon using further mechanization, or that Skull Greymon is evolved from Greymon. But both Digimon are seen as the evolution of completely unrelated Digimon in the controlled space of version 2. Evolution into Flymon was first seen in version 5, and there wasn't any Kunemon in that version. However, due to their similarities, researchers thought that evolving Kunemon into Flymon was possible. The complete name of the gadget used to study Digimon is Portable Monster Training Barrel Simulator, or just Barrel Simulator. The device is a modern piece of equipment that connects to the world of Digimon inside the network, also called the Digimon Network. Using it, the user is able to manage Digimon in ways such as giving food, removing poop, or training. All the actions influence Digimon's evolution. Normally, the management is done as neutrally as possible, but if necessary, the user can use specific programs that interfere directly with the configuration of a Digimon. Programs such as Protein can instantly increase the strength of a Digimon, or the items are able to increase a Digimon parameters even after they reach the theoretical limit. However, using them too much will make the data composition of a Digimon prone to breaking, increasing the likelihood of injuries. For the study of Digimon, many users have to cause irregular growth to a Digimon to achieve certain evolutions. The Digimon evolved from regular growth are part of the Magimon family, while the ones for irregular growth are part of the D.W.A family. The user mainly takes care of a Digimon by attending to their needs. After some time, a Digimon will need more than this to evolve. The baby stages in each version always evolve over time. The individual cares start to matter when the Digimon is going to enter the child stage, where they will diverge into regular growth and irregular growth. After the child level is achieved, Digimon need to fight in order to evolve. The user can use the cloning system to help in the evolution from the child stage to the adult stage. In that mode, a training copy of their Digimon is made. The Digimon will basically be facing itself, learning its own habits during a battle. It is an efficient way to gain experience, even though it's not a real battle. But going from adult stage to perfect body isn't that simple. The Digimon will need to leave their isolated spaces and enter real fights. When two Digimon from different devices fight, they aren't doing so in the original spaces. The Digimon are going to be transferred to a place called the battlefield, an infinite space where the Digimon will fight using hand-to-hand combat and special moves. They return to the original spaces after the battle ends. The technology of the Battle Simulator machine was originally something only used by hackers and research organizations. Sometimes Digimon would escape from the isolated spaces and they end up on computers of unrelated citizens, and thanks to that, Digimon Tamers start to become a thing. Before the technology for taking care of Digimon became compressed, most of the development for studying Digimon came from Digimon research organizations, also known as Digilabs. Not much is known about them, like how they make their research or who are the members of the organizations. We do know that they were in charge of the classifications of the various Digimon machine versions and the profiles available to learn more about Digimon. Other than that, some humans start to use Digimon to commit evil deeds all across the world. They become known as hackers. But not all hackers are the same. Although there are those who lack identity and commit evil deeds with no deeper thought than the desire to become top-level hackers, or those who just want to make money, there are also those who are doing their own research and attempt to create the strongest Digimon, but using terrible means to achieve that. There is even one that attempts to bring other hackers to justice. It seems there is one hacker who works in the shadows, behind all other hackers in the world, although the details of her desires are still a mystery. Beyond large research organizations and hackers are the average Tamers. Sometimes people found out about Digimon just as an accident. Some Digimon escaped from the isolated spaces and ended up being detected by computer antiviruses. Organizations would use this as an opportunity to ask more people to help them study Digimon. Those who train Digimon are called by various names. Initially, they were called Digimon Trainers. After that, they were Digimon Battlers, and finally Digimon Tamers. That became the standard name. High-level Tamers who train the various types of Digimon and won battle tournaments are called Top Tamers, and the highest level is the so-called Digimon King. Without any help, training Digimon from the first time is very difficult. New Tamers can learn the secrets of Digimon training from the Digimon Masters. They are Tamers who had already used the Digimon machine long before the newer Tamers, and now they are going to share what they uncovered of the mysteries of Digimon with newer Tamers. Digimon Masters can range from older students in school to older people with inside access to Digimon research organizations. There are even researchers from other subjects, like Professor Banzo and his assistant Mikachu from the Strange Biology Institute. They were the one who discovered the Tamagotchi. They took notes of Digimon after the public release of version 3 and started to help with Digimon research as well. Since Digimon research as a whole just started, Digimon Tamers' own research on Digimon is also a great help to organizations. However, they still keep a lot of information hidden to the average tamer. For that reason, one of the most popular Digimon masters, Digimonkey, went inside one of the organizations and got his hands on the report on the World of Digimon and shared it with Tamers. Digimon exists on the Digimon network on top of the conventional network used by everyone. It is often called the Digimon World, or just the Digital World. Every computer connected to the network is like a pocket of space in which a Digimon can live. The Digimon are influenced by the space around the computers. For example, Deltamon is a Digimon born from the fusion of 3 Digimon after the computer they were in was struck by a storm's electromagnetic waves. The inverse is also true, and Digimon can affect the integrity of computers. Digimon like Bakemon are known to destroy the systems of computers, and hackers use Digimon like Megadramon to infiltrate computer networks, and they are able to completely destroy them. In the context of Digimon, everything with an address like a folder or a web page is like a different subspace. For Digimon training, the isolated spaces Digimon live are called training folders. They are flexible spaces that can be set to various environments that can be used to test different Digimon evolutions. Just like Digimon can destroy entire computers, it's very possible to see a Digimon destroying folders. Different folder programs which increase the resistance are sold on the network market. The higher the level, the more they last before complete degradation. In the network there are also the battlefields. They are spaces that spread infinitely and where Digimon are sent to fight. The virtual Colosseum is an island-like collection of space that has different environments for its battlefields. Depending on the Digimon, they might have advantage in certain environments. In order to share information about Digimon, humans created a space on the network called Web Island that is floating in the ocean of the network. It is divided into different regions where tamers can write about their experience, read reports on new information found about Digimon, and future announcements about Digimon Machine. The full extent of the digital world is unknown. It seems to connect to other dimensional worlds. Nanimon is said to have come from another dimensional digital world. There, they were kept as virtual pets known as Oyaji. There is also another dimension that has a high-level programming language that is seen as magic for the Digimon. Picoromon uses that magic to make miracles. However, the biggest discovery from the leaked materials by Digimonkey was the reveal of File Island. File Island is similar to Web Island and Virtual Colosseum. The island floats in the net ocean and consists of 6 areas centered around the huge Mugen Mountain. Each region of the island has different environments, rules, and settings, which results in completely different monsters living in each one of them. Some people call File Island something like a small Earth. The 5 versions previously revealed by the Digimon Research Institute were molded after this division, so by creating them, they expect to study the different conditions in the different regions of the island. The review of File Island was impressive to the Tamers, but the digital world still had many mysteries that were still being studied. The Dark Digimon, which includes Digimon born from darkness like Bakemon, or corrupted by it like Dabimon, are connected to a place that has been described as Hell itself. It's a place called the Dark Area, but not much is known about that place. The counterpoints to the Dark Digimon are the Whole Digimon, such as Angemon, Angelwomon, or Holy Dramon. They seem to act against the powers of darkness using the light of justice. It seems to be connected to a mysterious godlike existence. So far, the digital world seems to be a virtual space and network that connects computers, but the line that divides the digital world and the real world is starting to blur. There are rumors that somehow a Digimon tamer was able to enter the digital world, although details about that event are still a mystery. Lastly, a new island seems to have been discovered. It has been called the Folded Island, but some have also called it a continent. It is depicted as much larger than File Island. More about the digital world may be uncovered when this place is researched, but you need to wait a bit more for the next report to know more about it. In the next chapter, the Digimon Pendulum and the Folded Continent.